केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभं राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभं कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं कौन कहते हैं भगवान बंदी गृह के तुम अवतार
Sound check. Good morning, everyone. If I could just have your attention briefly, we'd like to start the program as it is 9 o'clock. We know it's a busy Friday for everyone, and we have the permission from the pundit and the immediate family to have the proceedings started. First and foremost, let me, on behalf of the immediate family and the extended family, welcome each and every one of you here today. My name is Ashmin Ali. I would have been Shazard, probably the younger cousin on the mother's side, the youngest cousin there. It is indeed a saddening occasion when we assemble at these funerals, but it is also a startling reminder of what each and every one of us will have to endure at some point in time in our life. And that is a guarantee, irregardless of which religious background you belong to. We will all have to face death at one day. The family has assembled. We know there was some delays in getting one or two of the relatives down here, but we are here today, and we thank the merciful Creator that has allowed us the best of health and strength that we could assemble here today to do the final rites for our cousin, our father, our brother, our grandfather, businessman, engineer, whatever nature it is. It is our responsibility for those who are alive to do this on behalf of those who have departed. So today we don't want to have much of me speaking at all. I am just here to move the program along. Of course, the pundit will be the main person until we get to some other items that I will introduce. So I will now really hand you over in the care of our respected pundit, who will be doing the opening dua. He will then, the opening prayer. Forgive me, I'm of a Muslim background. I do apologize. Opening prayer, opening dua, opening whatever you would like to call it. Right, so the pundit will do the opening prayer. He will lead us straight into the rites and rituals of which all of the family, immediate family members, the boys have assembled. Within that, he will also do the bhajan. So the next time I may come back to you is when we are going to have some eulogies and some viewings and things like that. So Pandit, it's my pleasure to hand over to you now.
प्रेम से बोलो श्री वृंदावन विहार की जय सियापति रामचंद्र की जय. Sit down, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Pleasant morning to each and every one of you all. This morning we have come to join with the Biri family, the Ali family, and all the extended families, as we're going to be paying regards and tributes to someone we have grown so attached to, so close to. In these times, it is very challenging and very difficult to come to terms of, especially with someone we have grown so dear and attached to. I would have probably known Uncle Shaz for more than 12 years, so 13 years. Probably more, right? And, you know, the type of character Uncle Shaz would have been during the course of which we were known, he was always had a smile on his face. If you look at any picture of his, he always have a smile. No matter what the trials or tribulations he would have been going through, he always what? Had a smile. And that's something that we're supposed to be reminded of. Despite whatever conditions that you go through, always try to make yourself comfortable as you can be. And this is a perfect example. If you see him here, if you all come and you view him, you'll see how a slight smile. Again, this is the charisma, this is the characteristics of Uncle Shaz. Today, as we're going to be performing this Antishi Sanskar, this funeral rituals, which is the final rites prescribed according to our dharma, is that to bid farewell to the Atma, the soul, but also the physical body, meaning that the Atma remains amongst us, the Atma is going to be overlooking us all, the Atma is going to be receiving that blessings via each and every one of our prayer. In what way or the other, we are actually going to pray for his well-being, his Atma's well-being, as his body is going to be disposed of. So as we prepare ourselves, I'm going to ask you all, those who can be able to stand, please stand as we're going to be performing this rituals at this present point. Let us all clasp our hands and close our eyes. We bow our head and pray. Bhagwan, your creator, preserver, sustainer, as that all-merciful one always overlooks us all, being there to render that assistance wherever and whenever possible. You're always there to lend that helping hand to us all. And today, Prabhu Bhagwan, it's through your divine grace we are turning to you to lend that helping hand to us all, to be able to create the Prabhu, the strength, the inner strength that is required for us, Prabhu, to be able to perform this rituals, and also, Prabhu, to bid farewell to Ankashas, Bhagwan. And through you, Prabhu, Bhagwan, this Atma is going to be channeling across the ocean of mundane existence by each of every one of us. So we begin. Hari Om. Om Sri Ganeshaya Namaha. Sri Saraswati Mataya Namaha. Sri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Namo Namaha. Om Sri Krishnaya Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om. Hari Om. Hari Om. Om Apavitro Pavitro Va Sarvastangato Pava Ya Samrita Punrikaksha Sabhang Dantaro Suchi. Hari Om Swastindra Para Swaha Swastin Pusheshwadeva Swastin Triksharishiniyami Swastin Brahaspati Dadatu. Om Yam Brahma Varenda Rudra Maruta Stunvantu Devestave Veda Sangha Parikshamushre Gayam Tiyam Shamaga Dhyana Vasargate Namansa Pashantyam Yogino Yashantam Naveda Susurgana Devaya Tasmai Namaha Devaya Tasmai Namo Namaha. Om Namo Sumati Bhuka Jaya Swaha. Hari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. आप सब लोग, let us all join our voices, singing, joining our voice in prayer. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Very good. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. प्रेम से बोलो श्री वृंदावन मिहलाल की जय, बोलो श्री अर्य माँ देवता की जय, बोलो श्री माँ विष्णु भगवान की जय शरणम. आप सब लोग बैठ जाएगा. प्लीज टेक योर सीट्स एवरीवन. All of you facing close, right at the same. So this morning, as we're going to be presenting offerings, as we pay our regards and tribute to Ankashas, while we are sitting, let us be able to think of Bhagwan, the Creator. Let us think about God And we are turning to God and asking Bhagwan Prabhu, today we are witnessing this individual, Prabhu, that we have shared all of our sentiments with. And Prabhu, today we are asking you taking care of his Atma, his soul. Oh Prabhu, as he emerged from this physical body. So we're going to be presenting our various offerings of oblations. Down, touching the hands. Right hand. Thanks. So what do you do this way? You're going to sprinkle water on. Right? Yeah, 5 times around. Okay. Hari Om Sri Om Swastindro Paraswaha Swastin Pushaveshadeva Swastin Tariksharish Swastin Brahaspati Dadatu Om Swastin Brahaspati Dadatu Om Swastin Brahaspati Dadatu Om Sri Ganga Chalam Samanityam Sundaram Chalastitam Snaniva Tarvam Krana Pujata Pratikritanam Pritadhanam Pratishtanam Om Sri Aryamadevtai Myo Namo Namaha. Swastin Pushaveshadeva Swastin Tarikshrishniyami Swastin Brahaspati Datu Swastin Brahaspati Datu. Alright, so boys, as you're touching with the right hands, you make sure your left hand connect with your. Okay. So we're going to be presenting our offerings of chandan, center of the forehead. Om Sri Om Tashvina Bhumishwaro Bhumichanam Sarishanam Kanichanam Kanichanam Mehantarihant Chananam Pratikratanam Sri Chananam Pratikratanam. Just touch it up. Just the center of the forehead. Just on the center. Om Sri Om Tashvina Bhumishwaro Bhumichanam Sarishanam Kanichanam Kanichanam Baihantariyant Chananam Pratikratam. Seems one side. Yeah. Hari Om Sri Chananam Pratikratanam. Om Sri. Obviously, same spot, right? Hari Om Sri Tashvina Bhumishwaro Bhumichanam Sarishanam Kanichanam Kanichanam Baihantariyant Chananam Pratikratanam Pritadhanam Pratishtanam. Om Sri Aryamadevtaibhyo Namo Namaha. Spring this around 3 times. Om Sri Papaham Papa Karmeng Papa Ta Papa Sama Traima Punarikaksha Sarva Papa Haro Harim. Om Sri Sarva Papa Haro Harim. Same thing, 3 times. Om Sri Papam Papa Karmeng Papa Ta Papa Samava Traima Punarikaksha Pritadhanam Pratishtanam. Om Sri Aryamadevtai Myo Namo Namam. Hari Om Sri Papam Papa Karmeng Papa Ta Papa Samava Traima Punarikaksha Sarva Papa Haro Hari. Om Sri Pritadhanam Pratishtanam. Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. We present our offerings of a rice bowl, which is called a pinda, 5 ingredients. And these 5 ingredients, it says that this body is comprised of the 5 elements. And wanting to come, these 5 elements has to return to its origin. So Bhagavan, by presenting this particular offering, is that to help forms the sustenance of the Atma, as you're going to be in the spiritual. Hari Om Sri. Om Sri Smriti Sakal Kalyanam Bhajanam Yatra Jayate Purusham Tamajam Nityam Brajami Shanam Harim. Take your dad's name. Take his seat of it also. Om Sri Amuknam Gotrasya Pritasya Nam Saptrikam Supravarasya Sruti Smiti Puranukta Praptyata Vedata Samasta Manglavyarta Samasurita Pashantyarta Ishakam Samsiddhata Sri Bhagwan Sri Aryamadevta Pinadhanam Pratishtanam Tripyartam Prem Subhru Sri Aryamadevta Ki Jai. So as we're going to be presenting our offering of garland of flowers, our malas. The malas signifies our love, it signifies our dedications. It shows our forms of respect that we show to individuals on the earth. Today, as if you look at this garland of flowers, you'll see it start from a very small flower and gradually, but it shows that there's a bigger flower to the bottom of the mala. And then you see that it starts to reduce. It signifies that us in this world, we come into this world as a child, grows and mature, accumulate all the various requirements in this life of ours to maintain not just only ourselves, but even our loved ones, provide for our loved ones. And then it shows that one day to come, Prabhu Bhagwan, we're going to also, as that time comes by, we are deteriorating also to return to you as the All-Merciful One. Today, that mala is no longer be bonded by the knot. This signifies the end of the cycle of being existing in this material world, on this material look, on this earth. So this is why we are presenting our malas no longer bonded. So we are presenting our offerings of mala. Om Sri Pulmati Dharadharini Dhinyo Reshishini Dhini Dhinyo re shishini dini. Same thing. Om Sri Pulmati Dardharini Dhinyo re shishini dini. Dhinyo re shishini dini. Hari Om Sri Pulmati Dardharini Dhinyo re shishini dini. Dhinyo re shishini. Hari Om Sri Pulmati Dardharini Dhinyo re shishini dini. Dhinyo re shishini dini. Hari Om Sri Pulmati Dardharini Dhinyo re shishini Dhinyo re shishini dini. So we're going to be performing Aarti separately. Each one of you can be performing, right? So 3 times, waving that Aarti. Om Sri Sajavam Chavana Suktamano Jitam Mayadipam Karanadivesha Timiro Timirapam Pretadhanam Pratishtanam Hari Om Sri Yanikani Chapapani Janmanta Kratani Cha Tani Tani Vanashanti Pradakshana Pare Pare Sri Pradakshana Mayadipam Karanadivesha Timiro Timirapam Pretadhanam Pratishtanam Hari Om Sri Sajavam Chavana Suktam Manojitam Mayadipam Karanadivesha Timiro Timirapam Pretadhanam Pratishtanam Hari Om Sri Yanikani Chapapani Janmanta Kartani Cha Tani Tani Vanashanti Pradakshana Pare Pare Pretadhanam Pratishtanam Om Sri Sajavam Chavana Suktam Manojitam Mayadipam Karanadivesha Timiro Timirapam Pretadhanam Pratishtanam. So everyone now following, touching, right? Right, so let the left hand touch the right. Right? So what you're going to do again, you're going to repeat, you're doing Aarti 3 times, but this time you're going to walk around, continue doing Aarti right on. Yeah, 5 times, right? So again. Right, Aarti please. Om Sri Sri Aryama Devtai Bhyo Namam Pujanam Karishe. Om Sri Om Petra 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 Maha Petra Gakshanti Aryama 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 Gakshani. Om Sri Sajavam Chavana Suktam Vainojitam Mayadipam Granadevesha Timiro Timirapam Pretadhanam Pratishtanam Hari Om Sri Petra 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 Maha Petra Gakshanti Aryama 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 Gakshani. Hari Om Sri Yanikani Chapapani Janmanta Kritani Cha Tani Tani Vanashanti Pradakshana Pretadhanam Pratishtanam. Hari Om Sri Sajavam Chavana Suktam Vainojitam Mayadipam Karanadevesha Timiro Timirapaham Tadhanam Pratishtanam. Hari Om Sri Aryama Devtai Bhyo Namo Namah. Prem Svala Sri Vrindavan Vihalal Ki Jai. Om Sri Vanaspatera Bhuto Kandhaya Kandutame Agra Sarva Devanam Dhupayam Prategratam Sri Aryama Devtai Bhyo Namo Namaha. प्रेम स्वरस्यापति रामचंद्र की जय. So many forms of experiences that we will have. So many forms of times we will have been able to share with this individual during the course of life. In our Holy Scriptures mentions is that once you come into this world, once you're born, there's a point in time that we're going to take leave. No one knows, no one can see how, when, are we going to take leave, even where. But it all depends on our actions that we perform during the course of our lives. That either provides a way to be sustained and even take leave of this earth physically. Whether we animate or inanimate, one day to come, we all have to go. Question is, we are prepared to take leave? We get so attached to all the things that is amongst us. We get so attached to our loved ones in our lives, failing to understand that these things is short-lived. Everything is short-lived. One of the things we cannot be able to come to terms is when we are able to lose someone who we have drawn so close and attached to. Today we are celebrating Uncle Shah's life. 69 years of his life on this, just short of a couple months of being 70. And I wish I would have made mention, I would have known him for more than 15 years. Let's look at more than 15 years. And where I would have met him personally, I would have met him in Houston, in Texas, for the very first time. Don't worry, that first night was an ordeal. The first night we had to spend together was an ordeal. But I feel that took it even further. I wouldn't have went for that night, or that time. And with that, we hit it. And with that also, I became also closer and closer to the with all the various experiences each and every one of us would have. We will always hear the various stories of Uncle Shaz. How dedicated, how hardworking, how loyal, how gifted. He was a person who never ever said no to you. No matter what he had, and he could be able to offer his help or render his assistance, he was always there to render that. And because he will never say no. No matter what trials or tribulations we would have to go through to provide that for you, to help you, assist you, he would have never said no. Again, I knew him as this. Again, every one of us have our various experiences of him. As years would have gone by, we would have known that he was kind of a bit ailing at points in time. But are we prepared? We will go through all the medical fields, we will go through all the medical institutions, we will get all the various medications to help to relieve the body of the pains and aches that we're going through. But are we really relieving the mind of that pains and aches? Question arises. And despite whatever conditions you would have been going through, again, you still always had a smile on his face. Never ever to show or display his discomforts. Again, characteristics of Uncle Shaz. Today is about honoring him for his contributions that he would have given to us all, or provided to us all, not just physically or materially, but mentally, he was being there for us all. And that goes a long way. Today, as we are sitting here, and those who are standing also, I want you all to clasp your hands. I want you to close your eyes and reflect. Today is about reflection. Reflecting upon yourself and the times that you had with Uncle Shaz. Reflect upon those for a very short moment. And reflect of the times that you would have shared that you know he would have always been there assisting in whatever way. Always be a busybody, always on the go. This is the time that Prabhu, we remember these things. When these such unforeseen circumstances, but it shouldn't, it should be all the time. Bhagwan, this is why we are turning to you. These are the times, O Prabhu Bhagwan, we ask for your assistance to provide us with that strength, that inner strength that is required, O Prabhu Bhagwan, to not just let go, but to always be a Prabhu, to Bhagwan, let him be in our hearts and our minds via memories. These are the prayers that we uttered for the Atma, that soul, for that spiritual realm. Hari Om Sri Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramananam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Hari Om Sri Anari Nidano Deva Shankrakadadara Akshare Punarikaksha Preta Muksha Prarubhava. Hari Om Chitragupta Sthite Vang Shunvang Tavang Murkapi Pindiyapi Dhriti Avasante Yoga Trishting Dharmaraja Pitang Dishtava Churadindavalam Yakapayati Papanang Shashi Chavayato Chitam Yamagya Karno Dhutang Prachangda Kartatma Pitra Bhivanti Yakrama Atma Shanti 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 Atma Shanti 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 Atma Shanti Om Ayodhyamatu Ramaya Kashi Kanchi Avantika Puri Dwarvate Gaye Saptaita Mokshadeyaka Saptadham Surobhavam. Om Sri Krishna Namam. Hari Om Sri Krishna Namam. Om Sri Krishna Namo Namah. Prem Sabdo Srivinavan Viral Ki Jai. There's a particular bhajan in your program. And this particular bhajan reveals to us all, Prabhu, when we're in pains and when we're in sufferings, when we're in sorrows, Prabhu, we can be able to turn to you to be able to assist, render that assistance, or at any point in time in our lives, O Prabhu Bhagwan. You understand, O Prabhu Bhagwan, our discomforts in our lives. You understand our challenges, our trials and tribulations in our lives. As none of us are perfect in this world, we may falters at points in time, we may have vices in our lives at points in time. But by just merely turning to you, Bhagwan, you're always here to provide us with solutions and answers and forgiveness to all. This bhajan reveals to us all this kind of kavita. Jai Krishna Hare, Sri Krishna Hare, Dukhiyo ko dukha dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna Hare, Jai Krishna Hare, Sri Krishna Hare, Dukhiyo ko dukha dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna Hare. Jab char taraf andiya ho, आशा का किनारा हो, जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का किनारा हो, और कोई न आ रहा हो, फिर तू ही बेड़ा पार करो. Jai 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 Krishna Hare, Jai Krishna Hare, Sri Krishna Hare, Dukhiyo ko dukha dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna Hare. तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। पूरन कर दे सबकी आशा, पूरन कर दे सबकी आशा, जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे, जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। तेरा दर्शन को मैं तरसा रहा, तेरा नाम की माला जपता रहो। तेरा दर्शन को मैं तरसा रहा, तेरा नाम की माला जपता रहो। बहुत सागर से मोरी नैया, बहुत सागर से मोरी नैया, क्षण में जो की ना करे, क्षण में जो की ना करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। प्रेम से बोलो श्री वृंदावन में लाल की जय।
Thank you very much, Pandit, and all the members of the family for the rituals and the rites that is incumbent upon family members. I'd just like to acknowledge, I know we had an abrupt start. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the MP for the area, Dr. Lakram Boodoo. I see the chairman of Siparia Regional Corporation here. I see one of Shah's very trusted friends, Narvin, Director of Highways here, and I think if I didn't miss it, I saw Pandit Sharma, the former MP for Faizabad, running somewhere in the back there. I don't know where he's seated, probably next door. So I'd just like to acknowledge the presence of many people from far and wide, all our family members on here who have taken their precious time to be here to support the family. So we have come to the time where we're going to invite two of the family members to bring some greetings and a eulogy. We have here, I believe, Brad, which will be Shazard's nephew, and also his daughter, Shazaya. I don't know which order we're going to have it in, or are they coming up together? I see the male is taking the lead. So we will have Brad first, and then followed by Shazaya. Thank you.
Hey, good morning all. Apologies, I think the day was a bit overwhelming for Dale and Aaron, so I'm really here to represent them. And I would just take some notes quickly this morning, so forgive me if it's not too fluent, right? So, I'm Brad, again, self-proclaimed favorite nephew of Uncle Chaz. And I'm here to speak on behalf of the family to give a summary of a truly great life. Because we gather here not only to mourn the loss of Uncle Chaz, but to celebrate the incredible life he lived, the man he was, the impact he made, and the legacy he leaves behind. Now the challenge here is how to adequately represent the life of someone like Uncle Chaz who lives so fully in every aspect. So I'm going to tackle this systematically because there's a lot to cover both professionally and personally, because as a professional he built and accomplished a lot in many different areas and never stopped. And in his personal life, well, he also built and accomplished a lot in many different areas and similarly never stopped. So to briefly touch on his schooling, Uncle Shaz went to school at KPA, the class of 66. I think we might touch on that later with the other contributions. And then he continued to Palo Seco for high school, where his passion for physics and engineering pushed him to pursue O-levels in IRE High so he could complete the subjects he wanted and then go on to A-levels. And his intellectual accomplishments then drove him to the University of the West Indies, where he earned his bachelor's in engineering. To touch a little bit on his life with his family, growing up he was very close to all of his brothers. He started them off with pretty much everything when they were young adults, taking them to the clubs, beaches, and any change of scenery that Trinidad had to offer. And he built a Lyman community, and he integrated his brothers into that part of his life. And he truly loved his mother, and in fact the common contribution from everyone who gave input into this speech was that I mentioned how much he loved Grandma Molly. So following university, I have to say that it's noted that he wasn't just an engineer by profession, he was a builder in every sense of the word. And when he joined the company, Raghunath Singh and Company Limited, he facilitated diversification into civil works, building on the strong foundation and reputation built by his parents, further expanding into major government projects. With his brothers by his side, he helped transform the family business into one of the leading contractors in the energy sector. His vision and dedication left a lasting mark on Trinidad and Tobago with projects like the North Stand for the Carnival stages, Cuba Heliport, the water taxi terminal in Port of Spain, the San Fernando Hill Visitors Facility, multiple schools across the country. And, his contributions in infrastructure weren't just about concrete and steel, they were about, shaping Trinidad and his homeland. And to go back into a bit of his personal life, in 1993, he did migrate to New York. He worked for 6 months as an engineer with an Irish company, and it was noted that his work ethic that he displayed here, it wasn't changing his different scenery. And due to the expanding business back at home and urges from the family to return, he gave in and returned to support. And together with him and the growing reputation, they were invited to tender for the Atlantic LNG project, where they would have delivered the foundation and civil works for trains 1 to 4, and then continued into more major projects across Trinidad and Tobago, significant roadworks, bridges, most notably the Crown Point Airport, Lansford to Charlottesville Road. And, this is just some of what he accomplished in his extensive career. And what was noted by his brothers was that he continuously displayed commitment to quality and schedule and was always driven. And he was popular with the workers, clients, and, pretty much everyone that interacted with him. He was truly instrumental in making Raghunath Singh and Company Limited one of the, the legacy that he built there is known throughout. So more back to his personal life. One thing we know about Uncle Shaz is that he lived in style. The man was extra in every sense of the word, right? Actively involved in multiple communities, very active in the Palo Seco alumni, and he became president of a superior community group that we had. And being such a passionate and popular member of the village, he eagerly got married in his early 20s, following which he fathered his first son, Wesley, who now resides in New York. And he moved on to new chapters, and he coined his famous line, "You can't drive the same car forever." So he then met Kaya and developed a fruitful relationship where he fathered Dale and Darren. And to actually talk about cars now, he was noted for having an affinity for Toyota, the Cressida, Camry, the Prado, and we know that every vehicle he owned, he kept it in immaculate condition. Overall, he was just well known for being extravagant, classy, having expensive taste, and a love for shopping. And of course, once he's shopping, he must have something, buy something for his mother, and of course, something for the ladies. Uncle Shaz, he enjoyed a lot of things. He never missed a Kumar Sano or Udit Narayan concert. And when it came to family gatherings, carnival fetes, Sunday Lime, you could always count on him to be front and center. He really was an extremely family-oriented person on both sides of the family and maintained contact with as many of the extended family as possible. And as his brothers' families grew, they maintained that closeness, doing literally everything together when I was growing up. Every carnival fete, beach lime, holidays, we all spent it together. Every birthday, every occasion I could think of, we were all together. In the year 2000, he met Auntie Samantha and proceeded to get married in 2001, where they built their home, and this sparked his passion for Christmas and lights, which he brought in literally by the container. I'm sure most of you all remember, because at the time the house became one of the most popular in the country, whereby I couldn't even get into my own gate on evenings. Following that, his first daughter and last child was born in 2005, and they had an extremely close relationship. And she followed in his footsteps, and literally in every sense in terms of his interests and even academia. And with this, I could segue into my personal experience as his nephew. Hairy, big and scary. That's literally how me and Uncle Shaz greeted each other throughout the entire of my childhood. And we take great pleasure in relentlessly terrorizing and jabbing at each other. And that continued from childhood straight until this week when he called me and told me it's time to put on some children and I should take it from him because he have experience. And this was just our relationship. Whitey Cockroach, Shut Uppy, Copsy, all nicknames Uncle Shaz gave me growing up. And it wasn't just that special closeness he had with me. This is a statement of a personal, special relationship he had with all of his nephews and nieces. And growing up, I distinctly remember Uncle Shaz taking us out on Saturdays or Sundays, all the cousins, to Galactica and dropping us off. But in reality, he was using us as a prop to get credibility with the ulterior motives. And when he given us spending money, he would make sure, it's seen. Yeah. He had a special relationship with the older boys, Dale, Larry, and Rod. I'm not sure how much I can mention about the Miami trip, but it had fake IDs involved. And this was just Uncle Shaz to me. Truly family-oriented, always bringing us together, always bringing joy to the family. And from his early to midlife, he really demonstrated tenacity, drive, and he was just truly a joyous person. And now to touch on the latter parts of his life, I'll invite Shazard to come.
Good morning to all in attendance and those viewing the program from the live stream. My name is Shazaya Ali, and I am Shazad Ali's youngest child and only daughter, and I'm speaking on behalf of his children. Well, Brad already kind of touched on his latter part in life, but I will go through it more in detail. So during the year 2000, he had met my mom, Samantha, and in which they proceeded to get married in 2001. They built their home in which they resided in for the past 23 years, This personal endeavor of building his house sparked one of passion, as he proudly and intricately designed every interior and exterior detail of his abode, adorning the property with extravagant, luxurious, yet sophisticated finish pieces. With the completion of his house sparked his passion for Christmas and decorating his home with lights shipped from abroad, as Brad said, literally by the container. For a time, the house became one of the most popular in the country, making news headlines every year it was lit. For him, this was his way of giving back to the public and bringing joy to children's lives. He was also an active participant in multiple communities, some notably being the Palestine alumni, and he became the president of the Saparia community group. But the reason he made this group is because he genuinely was a man for unity, and he wanted to unite the community together. But that's just a few of the communities he was a part of. Then I, his first daughter and last child, was born in 2005, where we fostered an extremely close relationship. For me, some of the most dear memories we shared, including him calling me every day without fail, even if I was abroad, and we never ended a call without saying I love you. Despite my stance on not really celebrating holidays, he would still bring me gifts and make sure to never miss those occasions. For example, he would always bring me roses and chocolates on Valentine's Day. He made sure to carry me to a different country or state every year when he was able to. And he would always pick me up and drop me off to school or to the airport despite the time or distance. And most notably, the day before he passed away, he called me his little princess. Later on in life, as I got older, I followed in his footsteps, forming interests in the same hobbies he gained a passion for, such as photography, traveling, and shopping, and had a strikingly similar trajectory academically, pursuing physics and math at IRE just like him for A-levels, and even pursuing a degree in the same industry as him, branching off from his career as a civil engineer and aiming to become an architect. For me, I am proud to say that I made my father proud of all my accomplishments, and the pride he had in me will never compare to anything else. All in all, I would like to say I had a really beautiful relationship with my dad, and I will forever cherish him. And he was definitely the best dad ever to me, and I would not trade him for any other dad. I think Darren and Dale may have a couple words to say, so I'll pass it on to them.
Sitaram, everybody, my name is Dale, brother Darren. Growing up, we had a very, very special relationship with our father. It was more of a friendship rather than a father-son relationship. He taught us everything with regards to work, everything. So,
to be honest, I honestly don't know how to say goodbye. I don't think it's something that I could do. Daddy, I love you. And I will miss you every day. So this is not goodbye, it's just, I guess, until we meet again. I love you.
Thank you very much to the family members for those very moving words. My relationship with Charles was really spelled out there, although I was the youngest of the, like I said, the first cousins. But, you know, there was one occasion where I had to interact with his two sons very closely. That is when we had to go to this World of Concrete conference in Las Vegas, which is usually in January month and so forth. And unknown to them, he was keeping in touch with me a lot as to how they were going, because it seemed like I was the father figure on that trip for them. And one of the key things we always learn about whenever you go to Las Vegas, brother, is that whatever takes place in Vegas stay in Vegas. So I say no more. But nonetheless, we all shared very warm memories. One of the key words I always learned as a little boy, always hearing from Shaz, is that whenever we wanted to do anything, or we wanted to go on a little beach lime or Toko or somewhere, there was one word that always came to light every single time. And growing up from small, I may not have known it, but now I know it very well. And that word is called tender. Whenever there was work, there was always a tender to do. There was always this deadline that these tenders had to go in. You know, many of us would think tender is a tender touch. But I learned to understand what that word meant after becoming a contractor myself for the last 25 years and knowing what deadlines are about. But what the boy said was right. He always made time. Excuse me. I would always remember that even in our religious beliefs, whenever our 2 Eids come about, the very first phone call we will get on any of those 2 days was from Shaz. Always. From very early on, whether he woke up at 6 o'clock, he would call and say, Eid Mubarak or Eid ul-Adha, how things, you know, I might see you later and so forth. So that was the kind of relationship he had, and I guess apart from just myself, he may have had it with many other people. So I don't want to take up much more time. I do understand that there is a requirement for the teacher, Coco, to say a few words. Teach? Is teach around? Yes? Forgive me if I don't remember which one is. I know we would have seen each other at Raghunath Singer and Company's events. Okay. Have I got the name right? All right, so I invite you to make your contributions. And if the last classmates would like to come up, no problem. Let's see.
He would talk as the class teacher, and then I would speak as the classmates.
All right, is the class dean around? Teacher is always prepared. Yes.
Good day, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, are you here in media? We have all gathered here this morning to pay our respect and to mourn the loss of one of our prominent sons in our community, Mr. Shazard Ali. We take relief in knowing that Mr. Ali is safe in the hands of the Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, when Shaz was ready to go to school, to primary school, his mother used to dress him every morning and waited for me to take him to school because I was teaching at the Separa Road KPA school. And I had to take him to primary school on the first day. So I took him the first day to the school, and I put him in the class, and he sat very quietly, not like other children when they go to school. On the first day, you find a lot of problem with them. That day I said I'll keep an eye on him for the entire day. And when it was recess time, I was looking for Shaz. I went all around the school looking for Shaz. I couldn't find Shaz at all. Well, I got worried. So I went to the back of the school. And when I went to the back of the school, he was surrounded by about 6 or 7 girls. Little infants, 5 years old. And Shaz was in the middle of the girls. Ladies and gentlemen, I had the privilege of teaching Shaz in the Standard 5 class, the examination class, in 1966. There he wrote the common entrance examination, and he passed for Alseco Secondary School. After gaining his CXC levels, he entered the Irie High School, where he did his A levels. After completing the A-level class, he went on to the University of the West Indies. I'm sorry to say that there's a duplication, that the first speaker apparently looked at my notes. Yeah. Yes, I was a bit, I said, well, look, I'll turn away and go outside and take some recess. Yes. He went to the University of the West Indies, where he pursued a degree in civil engineering. Yes, and he did very well. After graduating from university, he joined the company with his brothers, the Raghunath Singh and Company, or Raghunath Singh and Sons, I will say. He made the company a very reputable company in Trinidad and Tobago. One of the most outstanding companies that we could have heard about. Ladies and gentlemen, Shaz had an urge to uplift our community. He always had this forward-looking principle to go on and on. One day, he called out to me and said, "Teach, we have to do something, I said, "What do you have in mind?" He said, "I want to form a little committee called the Tick Village Community Group." I said, "What's the purpose, or what's the objective behind that?" He said, "I want to raise this community because things are not moving too well." So we got together and we formed this committee, the Tick Village Committee. And I can tell you that Shaz did a lot of work in this committee. Separa Road, the community of Separa Road. It was the first time that we saw one of the biggest Diwali festivals at Separa Road. And it was because of him and the little committee that we had formed. And he went on doing many activities. I can remember that my grandson was diagnosed with a cancer in his head, and this cancer could not be attended to in Trinidad. So we went to Puerto Rico to have this operation done. And while I was in Puerto Rico with my grandson, Shaz and the committee, they were holding fundraisers to take to send to me in Puerto Rico. And he sent us a handsome amount of money to help us in this operation. I was so happy about that. Ladies and gentlemen, there were so many duplications of his entire life that I want to shorten my speech now. I remember that Kabir Sahib, in his speech in teaching about death, says, those who come will go. Some will go riding in a chariot, while others go bound in chains. And I can tell you that my dear ex-pupil, he is riding in a chariot, in a golden chariot, waving to us, waving to but this group, waving to us, telling us, go on, class of 66, go on, I am here with you. So we are very happy to know that he had did so many books while in this committee, that on the 70th anniversary of our school, Shaz and Premnath and Jibod, I saw them whispering while the function was going on. And I know something was brewing. Shaz had something in his mind. And one evening while I was lying down, a call came. And Mr. Jibod Bhagwan Singh called me and told me, said, I want you to come by me on the 21st of November, and I want you to dress as a teacher. I said, what? Dress as a teacher? Why? After 58 years, you're now calling me back to dress as a teacher? I even forget to tie a tie now. So I got dressed on the morning of the 21st of November, and I walked up the hill, and I was struck. When I went up there, I saw the class of 1966, the class that I taught, where I taught Shaz, and he had passed the common entrance exam. Well, it was a bumper party to honor their teacher, Mr. Bim Singh, yours truly. And today, I stand very proud to wear this jersey because this was the gift that he gave me. He said, Teach, you will wear this gift as long as we are around. So ladies and gentlemen, I wish to say a little bit more, but time is against us. But I pray that the Almighty God will shower His choicest blessing on my ex-pupil, giving him eternal rest in peace. Thank you. Thank you.
Sitaram, and a pleasant good morning to each and every one of you. You would have heard the class teacher. You would hear one of the classmates. On behalf of the classmates of the class of 1966 of the Separia Road KPA School, we wish to express our deepest sympathy to members of the bereaved family. Shaz had insisted last October that our classmates have a reunion. He got the greatest support from Premnath and Jivod, and it came out real successful. Present were Premnath Boodoo Singh, Jibod Bhagwan Singh, Ruknath Lakpat, Mazimun Mohammed, Surendra Mulchan, Ava Digans, Ani Mia John, Kamen Ramdani, Lachan Ramdas, and myself. We were joined by the class teacher, Mr. Bim Singh, who was honored at that function. Also present were Mr. Fred Ramgulam, who was the previous principal, Ms. Sheila Bisoon, and the present principal, Mr. Vijay Singh. Jibod had offered to take charge of this event, and he was ably assisted by his wife, Lauti, Sumati Mohammed, and Annette Mulchan. Mazi had volunteered to do all the cooking. Why I'm saying these things? Because this was a big highlight for Shaz. This was a very proud moment for Shaz. He in fact felt that we should have another one the next month. He expressed deep happiness meeting with his classmates. In fact, there was planning to have another reunion sometime in Easter. Premnath Boodoo Singh, who is in Toronto, sends his condolences and expressed how sad and heartbroken he became hearing the news. Ava Digans, who is abroad on tour, and sends her regards and feel that we should take comfort knowing that Shaz was a good person and someone she could call her brother. Nirmal Mulchan, who lives in Florida, says he's at a loss for words as he was looking forward to the next reunion. Sonia Hira Singh, who lives in Canada, says that she can still picture Shaz in the common entrance class. Annie Mia John has indicated this morning that she has an emergency, but feels that this was beyond her imagination. I just want to give a few experiences we had with Shaz. Shaz loved to make a lot of pranks. He carried us by one of his friends to check his friend's girlfriend, and he cut off the car in front of the house and said that the car shut down. The girl pointed to her father, and when Shaz was ready to start the car couldn't start. Shaz made us push the car for almost quarter mile. Another time he carried us by one of his friends' wedding on the cooking night. He told the guy, I feel this girl gonna leave you. The next morning, the bride ran away from the parents' house. Shaz was a very good cricketer who really loved the game and played for many village teams. Every Easter Monday, we would play his company a fet match. This particular year, his team lost the match. Shaz jumped on his car, his van, and drove out with all his stocks in the van. On a more serious note, Shaz showed real care and consideration to us as his classmates. He was always willing to lend a helping hand to us. He rose to the position of civil engineer and was always proud of the Separia Road KPA school and his classmates. On his 60th birthday, he told us he has already informed his family that when he dies, he would like his hands to be placed outside the coffin because he wants the world to see that he is not taking anything with him. Shaz, you were a wonderful person to all of us. May you attain eternal bliss. Ram Nam Satya Hai.
Thank you very much to all of his classmates, Teach, and for all those comforting words and some memories there that I'm sure you alone know, but now all of us know as well. So excuse me a second. So I'm just getting some guidance there. So I'm now going to hand over back to our very learned pundit, who will be with the family members doing the arati, after which we will have the final viewing, of which I will describe to you how this is to be done according to the regulations of the home here, Boodoo's Funeral Home. Then we'll have a little bit of thanks, and that will be it. So, Pandit, over to you.
Thank you very much. So at this point in time, I'm going to call upon immediate family to come forward first, to be presenting the offerings of malas, flowers, and then the extended family will come right after.
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri
So I'm going to ask everyone to please stand once again. Today, as we hear all the various forms of memories of Uncle Shaz, the lessons that you have taught us, the joy that bring to us, the comments that you have given to us during the course of his life, and even our lives. Allow some of those things to be a message and even lessons to us all. No matter whatever challenges that you go through, always make it, allow it to be a happy one. Do not allow it to allow it to be a demise in your life. Do not allow it to become a suppressions in your life. Always work towards your belief, what's your heart and your heart from your mind. These were the forms of teachings of Uncle Shaz that have given to a lot of us all. Years is going to pass by, even our whole lives are going to pass by and recall exactly what Uncle Shaz was like. And allow that to create everlasting memories but also allow that to be that connection that will pray for his Atma to be in your safe hands. As we remember all of these, let's take a moment of silence. And with that moment of silence, let us utter prayer for the safety of the journey of the Atma of Uncle Shaz across the ocean of many sense. We take that moment of silence. Hari Om Achyutam Keshavam Ramanarayanam Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Harim Sridharam Madhavam Gopika Vallabham Janaki Nayakam Ramachandram Bhaje Achyutam Keshavam Achyutam Keshavam Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Harim Achyutam Keshavam Satyabhamadhavam Madhavam Sridharam Radhikaradhitam Indiramadhiram Chittasasundaram Devaki Nandanam Nandanam Sandhare Achyutam Keshavam Achyutam Keshavam Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Harim Vishnave Jaishnave Shankani Chakrini Rukmani Rangani Janaki Janaye Valave Valabhaya Chitayatmane Kamsaveda Vamsini Vamshini Te Namam Achyutam Keshavam Ramanarayanam Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Harim Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Harim Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Harim Hari Om Shantakaram Bhujagashanam Paramana Suresham Vishwadharam Gaganasatrisham Megavaranam Shuvangam Lakshmikantam Kamalanenam Yogi Janagamyam Vande Vishnu Bhaveharanam Sarvaloke Kanatam Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Om Namo Paramatmaye Namaha प्रेम से बोलो श्री वृंदावन में हलाल की जय, बोलो श्री अर्य महादेवता की जय, बोलो श्री महाविष्णु भगवान की जय। श्री राम नाम सत्य है, श्री राम नाम सत्य है, श्री राम नाम सत्य है, सत्य ही नाम गत है। So we're going to pass on the mic. Please applause.
Okay, so we are nearing the end. We now like to invite, if you guys want to take your seats and so forth, we now like to have the viewing of the body for any member of the audience here who would like to view the body. We like to do it in a very coordinated manner. So we are asking those of you at the rear to start. Those of you at the rear, come up. Pass on this side, which is my right-hand side, your left. View, exit through the doors on the left-hand side, enter back into the hall at the rear doors. So you're making a complete circle, really. So we're asking those from the rear area to start first, and then the ones higher up. But of course, if you just want to break all protocols, you could go right ahead. Oh, no problem. So this is your opportunity to view and pay your last respects before we have the closing aspect of today's program. I do think there's some extra flowers and so forth. Yes, Pandit. So anybody who would like to utilize the flowers, you are free to do so. We have a young man here who is sharing.
जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो, जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो, और कोई न केवल हारा हो, और कोई न केवल हारा हो, फिर तू ही मेरा पार करो, फिर तू ही मेरा पार करो। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। पूरन कर दे उनकी आशा, पूरन कर दे उनकी आशा। जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे, प्रभु जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण
गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव
श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव
श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव
श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव
श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव
श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव
श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव
श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव
अच्युतं केशवं राम नारायणं कृष्ण दामोदरं वासुदेवं हरि
अच्युतं केशवं राम नारायणं कृष्ण दामोदरं वासुदेवं हरि
अच्युतं केशवं राम
So those of you who have completed your viewing, if you could come back and take your seats, please. We do have just 2 items remaining. Oh, maybe just the closing prayer really. So I noticed that after everybody's viewing, nobody's coming back.
वासुदेवं हरि
श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे
So just inviting those of you who have completed the viewing, if you would like to take your seats back again. Yes, we just have the final prayer to make.
गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव
श्री कृष्ण
Okay, as we have almost completed the procession of people who would like to view, I would just like to, before I hand over to the pundit for the closing prayer, those of you who are lingering all over, I have been asked to say, oh, it's us now, 1 second. Come. Yeah, he okay. I have been asked to say a few special thank yous as I realize, yes, a few special thank yous. Come on, go by. Go by him now. All right, I take it that the final viewing has been viewed as the final item. Everybody going? All right, so I just have a few special thank yous to hail out, and this is on behalf of the family members. We'd like to say a very special thank you to our cousin Shakila and her extended family for all the support they had showed to Shaz over the years. His friends who visited, Laila and Khalifa from Houston, who is here, we'd like to thank you very much for your presence. To his neighbors who was there on the morning of the event when he collapsed and so forth, Tara and Siloch, and all the other people who have offered his support over his years during his final days, we'd like to thank you. From what I understand is, I take it that is it. The pundit has closed off. So after the viewing, the funeral home will now do the necessaries to head to the creek. So those of you who are heading to the creek, now is the time. So we will have the removal of our departed cousin Shaz, and thank you all very much for being a wonderful audience. So to the immediate family who has to do the procession with the body, let's make that happen now. We thank everyone for all their peace and blessings and safe journey. Thank you.
Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare